Hello guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. So guys, I just want to quickly explain the trade that we took today. This is the new group that joined on the 15th. They started with us. We took a buy on German day to hit take profit one. Here I was giving them some advice on how to manage running trades, and we hit take profit two. So I just want to quickly explain it on the charts and welcome you to a new week after a quarter and show you what's happening in the markets now. So first let's explain it on technical level, right? So since it's Monday, you guys know that we trade trend lines, right? So what happens on trend lines? Without even going further, we have a high rise from Fridays. Sorry, we've been going up since Friday, but besides that only, if you focus on today, you come here on the 5-minute chart, you realize what? We are on an upward trend, right? We're on an upward trend, and there we go, right? So what happened at market open? It gave a fake out and immediately went back into the markets, right? Into the trend line, sorry. So that was an indication that the trend is still gonna continue. So now let me explain it. When it goes out, you leave it. Then when it goes back, you leave it until it comes back and retests the trend line here. Sorry, let me just make sure you guys can see it. It goes out right at open, you leave it. It goes up, you leave it. And then when it comes to retest, here, that's when you start entering and going up with it, right? So some might say our first take profit was too tight and was too small. It made us look like we're scalping, but no, there's a reason for this, guys. Our first take profit was here at 130.15, and our second one was here on 130.55. Why those two? Simply because 130.15 was the high from last week. Yes, last week, right? Zoom it in. That's the highest point. Well, not the highest point, but the highest point was around there, and our take profit was just right below it, right? There, this was the highest point. Focus on the orange line. This was the highest point, and then our take profit was just right above it, right? So when the market goes up into deep profits and says and it goes to a significant resistance like that one, which is a weekly high, this is the previous week's high, right? You put your take profit just right above it so that you can take your profits, hit your take profits, understand? So for instance, this is where this is that high, the orange, and this is the green way our take profit was. And that's exactly what happened. Market went and hit our take profit there. Sorry, change it to 5-minute. Market went and hit our take profit there, right? Hit our take profit and did what? Immediately started consolidating. Why is it consolidating? Because it's respecting this resistance from that bigger time frame, right? So market is obviously gonna resist and all those things. But because market never resists for longer and we are on a higher time frame, we're on an upper trend for a very long time since Friday. What's gonna happen? Market is bound to break out, right? When it breaks out, it's going to go, most of the time it goes 50 points from the breaking area. That's why I choose 130.55 for take profit there. Understand? You need to calculate these things, guys. So what happened? Market went, and as you guys can see, 130.55, market started turning down, right? So we're hitting snipers on our take profits, which is a good thing. We hit the take profit there. What is market doing currently? Market is here to retest, right? Retest what? This resistance that it broke from the previous week, to make sure that it's really breaking, right? So it's retesting to make sure that it's really breaking, and then we can have a continuation upwards, right? So for those who do not know where this trend comes from, this buy comes from all this buying pressure here that we hit to snipers there and there and since Friday. For those who don't know where this is coming from, this is coming from the fact that you see this I'm talking about this upper trend that we've been holding since here and there. For those who do not know where this comes from the fact that not that. Remember what month is it? It's July. So what happens? It's the third quarter, sorry, second quarter, right? So if you come check the fundamentals, you see nothing here. Nothing, pretty much nothing that is important related to Gemini, related to anyone. They're not that important. But because it's the second quarter, remember you start in January, February, March, right? April you get the results. And then, but you still take April, May, June, July, right? And then you get your earnings calendar. Yes. So now, as you guys can see, everyone who's big in the US is going to be making what? Announcement on their quarterly earnings. Remember, in the US, you must you must report every quarter on your revenues, right? Look who's going to be making all these things. IBM, these are Nasdaq 100, US30 top companies, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, all those things, right? Even Netflix, I saw it's coming this week or tomorrow, I think. Where is it? But even Netflix is going to be making news. Lockheed Martin is there, right? Everyone. Okay, why is this important? It's important because you don't want to find yourself saying you don't want to find yourself sorry, I'm just focusing on this Netflix. I want Netflix, but it's not the, but it's fine. Actually it is the, pay this. They're going to be making their their earnings win on the 19th, right? On the 19th, which is not far from now, right? Since today, what's today? The 18th. Yes, they're going to be making their announcements tomorrow, right? So now, you don't want to find yourself where? You don't want to find yourself here, and then Netflix announces that they are going to make profit tomorrow while you are on a sale somewhere down here, right? You want to enter here. You want to enter here so that when tomorrow comes, and you have entered here and say the market is somewhere here tomorrow, right? You want to find yourself already deep in profit, huh? So that if Netflix disappoints, you can close, and say it disappoints and the market goes down, you want to close somewhere here. But because you entered somewhere here, you're already deep in profits by the time it hits here. But the most important thing is this: if you entered here, tomorrow comes, market is here, Netflix announces, and it goes deeper into profit, you want to find yourself already holding from a low position. Understand? Even here, today's trades, you want to keep holding them so that when they announce the results, you're already deep in profits. That's how you look at these things, guys. The second quarter earnings coming up. So I know this is where most people are just not going to understand what's happening, and they will think they're smart and all those things. On some are just going to blow accounts because they wouldn't understand what's happening, because they are so used to fundamentals being not these things, but I mean being the economic calendar, not the earnings calendar, right? The economic calendar works, but because these are indices, you need to check the earnings calendar. These companies that make up these indices, you need to check up their thing. You need to check up their earnings, if they're making good earnings or not, right? So that way you're going to know exactly what happens. So guys, you need to look into that, and yeah, from then on, don't worry guys, you've got this. But if you don't, you see, there's Netflix. It's going to present their results after the market has closed. There's IB, right? These are big companies. These are not small companies. As you guys can see, Netflix was expected to make about 8.3 billion in revenue, right? So these are big companies, guys. So you need to look at earnings report. They're going to be happening for probably 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken. So okay, okay. Let's see what's happening again. Who's going to be making? Okay, actually, let me just search for them. April, right? You see their earnings are about to be announced anytime soon. Also, everyone must report on their second quarter thing earnings, right? So April will be on the 28th, right? So yes, guys, it's going to affect the Nasdaq 100. It's going to affect the entire markets. It's going to affect everyone, right? Because it's April. They do business everywhere, right? It's going to affect all stock exchanges. It's going to affect the German date. It's going to affect everyone. So as I was speaking, as you guys can see, what is the market doing? It's retesting that. It's retesting that resistance it took. Now it's met. It's, by the way, here's another tip. If it broke if this was the resistance, well, it is the resistance in this case. This orange line here, it is the resistance. That was the 50-point pending area, right? So now market is retesting it. If that retests and comes back in and retest it and continue going down, then you can say, okay, the momentum of this upward trend is done, right? Not done completely, but done in a sense of for the day. But now you're in this area, right? So now the market is going to do what? Is more likely to play around that area, and then if it gets here, breaks that high, right, then you can enter again. You can enter again. You can start putting pending orders here. You can start putting pending orders here, right? Because it's more likely to break to the top. If it breaks, you wait for the retest and then you continue going up with it. If it does not retest, it's fine. You put your pending orders there because we are already on a upward trend. Understand? And it broke that major resistance. Now it's retesting it. Then we're expecting it to come here, then continue going up. The market is simple, but most people won't see it. It takes experience. Anyway, cheers, guys. Till next time.